Here's a classic horror movie that I think every horror fan should watch sometime in the month of October during the spooky Halloween season. This is Night of the Living Dead. I have multiple copies of Night of the Living Dead. I have it on VHS. I have at least 2 collection DVDs that feature this film on there. Then I have this one, which is the classic collector's edition. This movie is everywhere in my house, but this is the first time that I've ever watched this movie all the way through. What the hell is wrong with me? Because I watched this just last night, and this is a great horror movie. Now, we all love zombie movies, right? You know, there's so many zombie movies out there now. Well, I'd like to think that Night of the Living Dead was one of the first real zombie movies. I mean, you could say, well, there was a movie called White Zombie back in the day, starring Bela Lugosi. That was the different kind of zombies. That was like the Haitian reanimated corpse voodoo type zombie thing going on there, whereas this is the zombie plague, the zombie outbreak. This is the first movie that ever presented you with that scenario, and it's excellently done here in glorious black and white. It's a supremely well acted movie and fantastic direction and editing and sound design. Everything is stellar in this movie, but for some stupid reason, I had never seen this before. I mean, I think I'd seen clips of it and looked at it and went, well, it's black and white and it looks pretty boring. I hear it's not very gory. Probably not that good. I'll watch it someday. Well, that someday finally came, and I realized what I've been missing out on for all this time. Now, I'd seen Dawn of the Dead, of course. I love that movie. Seeing that and knowing that it was kind of like a sequel to this, I don't need to go back and see that old boring black and white one. There's no way that Night of the Living Dead could be anywhere near as good as Dawn of the Dead. Well, I was wrong. And I'm wrong sometimes on this channel, I'll admit. I still do prefer Dawn of the Dead a little bit to Night of the Living Dead, but I'm going to tell you why this is a fantastic movie. The gist of it is this. It's about a random group of people that find themselves trapped inside a farmhouse, trying to hold back a horde of zombies that's trying to get in there and eat them. That's the movie. I mean, I can't tell you all the twists and turns, because I don't want to ruin this for you. You have to see this movie. If you've never seen the original Night of the Living Dead, you owe it to yourself to watch this and to see where all the tropes and ideas and all that stuff about zombies comes from. The original concept of this infectious zombie plague, where if you're killed by a zombie or bitten by a zombie, then you become a zombie. Those who are recently dead, they rise to attack others and kill others and turn them into zombies. And when this movie first came out, it was probably pretty shocking, and at that time it was what you would call a cult movie. Well, it wasn't really until Dawn of the Dead came out that zombie movies just exploded, especially in Italy. They, for whatever reason, made a ton of zombie movies there. But yeah, Dawn of the Dead was a lot more popular. It was a lot more crowd-friendly, I guess, because it was so ridiculous and extremely gory, and they really went over the top with it, and it was more of an attention-getting movie. This one is just more of a creepy character study. Takes place entirely inside this farmhouse with 6 characters, and they're just trying to defend themselves and not get eaten by zombies, and how they react to these things that are going on and what they do to try and get out of it. Yeah, a lot of this plays out like a stage play almost. It would probably make a very good Broadway play. It's creepy without being shockingly gory. It's scary without being jump scary, A lot of the violence actually is kind of off-screen. There's a few gunshots and things and some bludgeonings, but they mostly take place kind of, as I said, slightly off-screen, and probably to save on the budget. These zombie makeup effects are very minimal, or at least you don't really see a lot in this movie. There's the one like main zombie guy, like the first one that you see in the movie. That guy is like perfect. Like that guy, that's a crazy ass zombie, and that's what you go by, and you assume that they're all crazy murderers like this guy. But you find some of the zombies are like really slow moving, and other ones are running around like everywhere. And they always say that no, we didn't have fast running zombies until like, you know, more modern movies like 28 Days Later, and they innovated it, or World War Z or something like that. No, there were some running zombies in this. You know, they're not running real fast, but they're moving as much as a reanimated corpse logically could move. But there's exciting action scenes and little set pieces, like the initial chase through the graveyard. One of our protagonists, Barbara, she gets chased by that first zombie guy. If I can find out his name, I'm going to put it up there, because I like that guy. I mean, seeing that guy attacking the car, like, that's one of the more memorable parts of this movie. Yeah, and there's like a scene where car blows up. There's multiple gunshots and zombie kills in there. There was things that really surprised me in this movie too, like in terms of like how I was expecting it to go versus how it actually did go, and things happened that I wasn't expecting. That's the beauty of this. And the ending is quite good too, and I won't spoil that. So I guess I don't really have much else to say other than to highly recommend Night of the Living Dead, the original 1968 George Romero classic. And I think overall I'd have to give this a solid A. This is a classic horror movie for a good reason. You need to make time to see this movie. I mean, it's like 90 minutes long. It's a classic creepy zombie movie. It's got some really good actors in there, some unsettling music. All around, Night of the Living Dead 1968 is an A. Until next time, folks, stay creepy and have a good one.